Technology is upgrading and advancing on a daily basis. It is replacing people, creating new, easier ways to live our everyday life. Technology is taking over our world, and it's not for the better. It's getting rid of jobs for people, making us lazy, and with the constant advancing, it's going to take over. When asked, people generally agree that technology advancing isn't for the better of society. The next generation will rely on the perfections on technology that the ones after will just rely on 100%, so humans will be dumber than ever. I believe it is especially in business area. You can't get a human being on the phone when you need to get answers quickly. You have to listen to recordings, which take time. For worse, one day we will make robots that will take over the world and turn us into slaves. Worse, although it makes it more profitable for businesses, it has been shown through recent history that it affects the world economy as a whole by diminishing jobs for the less fortunate. Technology is making us lazy and taking up valuable resources. The 2011 Ford Focus has a park assist feature that will park itself. With features like this coming into vehicles soon, there will be no need to learn how to drive. You'll simply be able to get into a vehicle and it will drive itself.
It might be hard to believe that the new Focus can virtually park itself until you actually see it park itself. The all-new Ford Focus with class-exclusive active park assist.
Cars themselves have been taking up resources since the day they were invented. They use gas and oil as well as pollute the air we breathe. The Japanese have been working on building robots to replace human jobs, such as receptionists.
Human tasks is not enough for modern-day robots made in Japan. They are increasingly required not only to act like humans, but to look like humans.
人間型ロボットの姿がどこまで人間に近づくべきか。
A robotics laboratory at Osaka University unveiled the latest versions of its androids, an adult female and a little girl, during a recent robot technology symposium in Tokyo. Each is equipped with about 50 sensors and a number of motors that allow them to move in a human-like manner. The android's skin is made of flexible silicon instead of hard plastic. They blink, flutter in their eyelids, and even breathe with compressed air pumped into their bodies. When touched on the face, the taller robot, Repli Q1, shows facial expressions as if it really felt the tickle. She seems friendly most of the time, but gets grumpy occasionally when a stranger pats her on the shoulder. When that happens, she turns around and says, "Stop it, what's the matter with you?" Developers of the android say they have put a lot of work into their appearances, believing that a human look gives a robot a stronger presence. These androids are designed to be used as conversation partners for elderly and bedridden people, as receptionists, and even television anchor persons. The Japanese government estimates the market for service robots will rise to $10 billion within a decade. Robots have a position in Japanese society unlike that in any other country.
Technology continues to evolve, and soon enough we'll have robots that have replaced humans, and they'll learn to think for themselves and take over control of humans.
What does this action signify? As you entered, when you looked at the other human, what does it mean?
It's a sign of trust. It's a human thing. You wouldn't understand.
My father tried to teach me human emotions. They are difficult.
You mean you're a designer?
Yes.
So why'd you murder him?
I did not murder Dr. Lanning.
Want to explain why you were hiding at the crime scene?
I was frightened.
Robots don't feel fear. They don't feel anything. They don't get hungry, they don't sleep.
I do. I have even had dreams.
Human beings have dreams. Even dogs have dreams, but not you. You are just a machine. An imitation of life. Can a robot write a symphony? Can a robot turn a canvas into a beautiful masterpiece?
Can you?
I think you murdered him because he was teaching you to simulate emotions and things got out of control.
I did not murder him.
But emotions don't seem like a very useful simulation for a robot.
I did not murder him.
What the hell, I don't want my toaster or my vacuum cleaner appearing emotional.
I did not murder him!
That one's called anger. Ever simulate anger before? Answer me, Canner!
My name is...
We have become too dependent on technology. It has replaced simple tasks that we have done for centuries. Cell phones have become huge, and a majority of people have personal cell phones. And now, a simple, quick, thoughtless text is our way to communicate. Teenagers and young adults are becoming illiterate because of texting shortcuts. Technology is all around us in the way we communicate, travel, and even think. One use for technology is photo editing software. Magazines and media rely on those resources to twist our view of society and our idea of beauty. Growing up in today's society is programming us to think certain ways and believe certain things, that we need to conform to society's way of thinking. We are becoming conditioned for technology to be a need for our everyday life instead of a simple want. Abraham Maslow, a respected psychologist, created the hierarchy of human needs. For the next level to be reached, everything on the level below must be met. The first level is psychological. Second is safety. Starting at the third level, love and belonging is where technology starts pulling it apart. With teenagers and adults hiding behind cell phones and computers, it destroys our ability to communicate properly with people. This can cause social alienation and not being able to belong. This can damage self-esteem, confidence, and the respect of others, which happens to be the next level of human needs. If someone is unable to obtain a level on that hierarchy, the next levels cannot be reached, and a human is unable to fully develop. Technology is addictive as well. Video games and television shows depict violence that young adults and children are viewing on a daily basis. This is increasing violence in younger generation, which leads to more gang violence, murder, fighting, and bullying. When the answer today to everything is to Google it, it truly shows how dependent society is on technology. If cars, computers, cell phones, and iPods stopped working one day, what would the majority of the world be? Chaos. Technology has given us many advances, but when you look at it, is it really advancing us, or is technology taking over the world? Why don't you go Google that?